Hi, and welcome to this week's energy forecast. I have just found out that the previous energy forecast I put out has no sound, so this is a take two version for this week's energy forecast for August the 20th through to August the 26th. This week's overall theme is around self-love and also about this self-love has two components to it. So one is about that self-care aspect, and the other is about other things in your world that you truly love, that you're really passionate about, but you're not taking the time to fulfill them or do those things, because each one of those things that allow you to express what you're very, very passionate about ignites your soul and increases and boosts your energy levels. So with this week's overall theme, Monday and Tuesday is about love. Wednesday through till Friday is about frustration. Saturday and Sunday is about change. So let's go in and see how this two-part self-love aspect comes into place. So with Monday and Tuesday, it's about being able to just slow things down a little bit and put into your already busy schedule time to be able to nurture and care for yourself. And each person has a very different identity of what it is that they need when self-care comes up. For some people, it's about getting moving because they've been sitting for too long. For other people, it's rest and relaxation. It could be taking beautiful nurturing baths where you sit in and light your candles, have a glass of wine or a cup of tea or a coffee. It's really important that at this time to check in with your own self, take really precious time to do these things that are really, really important for you, because not only are they going to boost your energy levels, but they're going to also boost your mindset. And when your mindset is really strong, it's amazing that you have that potential to know that you can take on the world. So this self-care is so very, very vitally important. And as we can see that Wednesday through till Friday is about frustration. This is where our second part comes into the self-care. While we're doing that self-care Monday and Tuesday, it could be a really good, important element to be able to go in and ask yourself, are there things that you're really truly passionate about, that you really love, that you are not fulfilling for your own self? Are you more worried about what other people will think of you, or have allowed yourself to move into that space when you consider doing anything or pursuing those avenues of what you're passionate and what you love, and have considered every single thing that could possibly go wrong without once taking into consideration, what if it actually went right? What happened if you actually did fulfill and follow what you're really passionate about, and it expanded above your expectations? Yet the human mind tends to, when it thinks of these things that we love and we're passionate about, we will put excuses, we will put reasons why we can't do it. And we allow ourselves to be consumed by that fear of, what if it all goes wrong? And never once do we just take a side step back and ask ourselves, what if everything went right? And this is where the frustration is playing out in this self-love, and that's why it's really important. I find usually when this self-love comes up, it's usually an element because the soul will say, I need you to slow down so you can go in and ask this question. And the fastest way I can get you to slow down and take care of yourself and ask this question is, I'm going to take your energy away from you. So therefore you do have to rest, you do have to relax, and therefore you go in and ask those really, really important questions that sometimes we dance around and avoid. So Monday through till Friday, as you can see, is all about being able to go in and bring through that raw and real honesty and being able to answer that question of, are you doing things that you love and you're passionate about? If you are, awesome, beautiful. What are some things that may need to be tweaked? And if you're not, then how can you bring yourself back on track? And sometimes that can start with your mindset and you believing that you have the capability of doing it, or believing, what if everything went amazing? Can you just imagine what that would be like for you if you had that mindset strength? So use this time beautifully, wisely through Monday through till Friday, really nurturing and nourishing your own self. You are going to reap the benefits. And as you can see, that come the weekend, the card of change is the reason that it is bringing this to the forefront, is about, as you can see, this card says, it's time to emerge from behind the mask. This is where that raw and real honesty comes into the component, because we really are being asked to get really real with our own self. Now, the conversations that we have with ourselves and the relationship that we develop with ourselves is the most important relationship you can ever have. So your soul is really reminding you that it is vitally important that you stop hiding all of these amazing, unique gifts that you have. Each person is gifted, and each person is on this planet because they have something beautiful to contribute to this world. Yet a lot of the times we hide those, and we try to hide them from our own self. Yet our soul is knocking off from the inside out and reminding you, hey, you have something magical to offer to this world, and the world is ready and waiting for you. Now you've just got to get out of your own way. And it's also a matter of being able to have that mindset strength that I mentioned at the start of this video about what if everything went amazing. Allow yourself to explore what that would mean for you, and therefore we can stop hiding. There is this beautiful moment about bringing all of those things to the forefront now. When I have these conversations with people, I always say to them, it's always really important to understand that there is motivation, there is aspects within ourselves like that motivation and that drive and that curiousness to be able to explore what if you could actually live your dreams, what if you believed in yourself, and what if you allowed yourself to follow the pathway that leads you to, waking up every day doing what you're truly passionate about. How much would you love that? And also understanding that, of course, there is going to be fears that come with that. It is natural, and that is okay. Last week I did a Facebook Live exactly on that, about understanding that there are going to be times that you're going to face your fears, but you know what the beautiful thing is? Once you've faced it, you can move on. And the more that we hide from those fears, the more that we breed life. And it's like that saying, don't feed the fears. If you keep feeding the fears and keep allowing yourself to worry and be consumed by what if everything went wrong, without once allowing yourself to consider what if everything went right, then we're always going to play something small. And as I said, the soul really is knocking from the inside out, reminding you that yes, the fears will be there, and that's okay, but you have everything within you to overcome them and move forward and stop hiding from that real soulful truth part within your own self. Because you know what, when we don't acknowledge these soulful parts within our own self, we actually have to shut them down. And when we start shutting down one aspect of ourself, guess what, it's going to have a domino effect, and we're going to start shutting down other areas of our life. So this week is definitely about a journey of going within. And when I say that, having that real, raw and honest conversation with ourselves, it's definitely coming from a perspective of objective, being objective with ourselves. It is definitely, and I repeat, definitely not about emotionally beating yourself up, because nothing great is generated from that. My biggest suggestion with this is, and I always like to sort of give a little bit of a guidance to help us be able to get to that truthful, honest part within our own self, is ask questions that are yes or no. Are you doing things that you're passionate about? Yes. Are you doing things that you love? No. Are you taking action that allows you to live your truth? No. Have you got the mindset strength at the moment? Yes or no. Each one of these questions that you ask coming back to yes or no is going to help you be able to know what the next answer is, or help you discover what could be the next step, or what could be the thing that is holding you back at this point. So when you're taking that beautiful moment of soaking in the bath Monday to Tuesday, or doing those things that allow you to really self-care and nourish, ask yourself those beautiful questions where you come in and ask yourself if you are doing things that you love and passionate about, using that yes or no answer, because they're also going to give you so much incredible insight and also reveal to you the guidance. So as I say, sometimes the best advice that you can ever get is ones that you get from your own self. First, you've always got to be able to know what the right question is to ask. So this week is definitely about becoming the seeker of your own truth and being able to have these intimate and really honest conversations with ourselves, because the truth is so important to you and your journey, and being able to fulfill your role here on this world, understanding that the world is ready for you. Sometimes we just have to be told that we have to get out of our own way and switch that perception around, where we allow ourselves to actually contemplate the fact of what if everything went amazing. So I hope you all have an incredibly fabulous week, and thank you for the patience of understanding that this is take two. And if this is something that resonates with something, please feel free to share and subscribe to my channel. So much love to you all. Take care and have a fabulous week.